Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Gwenpool Holiday Special, which is also just a Marvel Holiday Special. But before I start talking about this issue, just want to give you guys a couple updates. Of course, I have Comic Uno episode 124, and that's the show where I review all the comics I've read this week in one show. And here are the exclusive comics. We got Spider-Man 2099 issue 4, Grayson issue 15, Robin Hood Ongoing issue 17, The Eighth Seal issue 1, Detective Comics issue 47, Gotham Academy issue 13, The Troop issue 1, Tomboy issue 2, Grim Fairy Tales 10th Anniversary Van Helsing, Mirror's Edge issue 4, Birthright issue 12, Starfire issue 7, The Dark Side War Lex Luthor issue 1, Earth 2 Society issue 7, Batman Superman issue 27, Guardians of the Galaxy issue 3, Batman and Robin Eternal issue 10, All New Hawkeye issue 2, Slash and Burn issue 2, New Romancer issue 1, and We Can Stand on Guard issue 6. So if you want to go check out all those reviews, go to Comic Uno episode 124, which is annotated. But let's start talking about this issue, which is the mega size of Marvel or Gwenpool Holiday Special. And let's just zoom into that price tag right there. It's a pretty hefty price tag if you could actually see it. It's $5.99. Yeah, so it's a lot of pages though, but you gotta think about it. Do you want to spend $5.99 on this book? I did, so I'm gonna tell you guys if you should. So cover is misleading. Gwenpool was a troll because Gwenpool is not really in the issue that much. She's in it, but she's not the main character of the issue. But if we go towards, or I guess it depends on where you're looking at, my right, you see She-Hulk. She's the true main character. Her story is the one that ties in everyone else's story. So they could have advertised that a little bit better on the cover. So I like the artwork for the cover, but I don't like the misleadingness of the cover. Especially, again, that price tag. $5.99. If you're buying this book just for Gwenpool, you might be a little disappointed. But let's see what's going on with the story and with the artwork. But there's several stories, so I guess I'm going to go story by story. So the main story is with She-Hulk, like I said. And just to talk about the artwork, I was not a fan. I didn't like that every character was puckering their lips. I felt like it was just kind of plain overall. Even, like, a good example, there's this one Hellcat scene where her mouth is just like... So, yeah, I think the facial expressions could have been a lot better. I just was not a fan of this style of artwork. Here it is. I didn't really like it. So, artwork-wise for She-Hulk, was not a fan. But story-wise, what happens in the She-Hulk story is that she has a party. Because we see that her... the owner of the building is selling the building after the holidays, and we see these people in suits, they're ready to look at everything, and She-Hulk's like, no, I'm going to invite all my friends, all my kind of superstar friends, and we're going to have a party and show this building is popular and making money. So that kind of ties in everything. It's showing that the building's popular, and we see all these different heroes go to Jen's place. Now, I like that. One thing I have to say, what I liked about this is that we do get to see all the stories connect to each other. I'm glad it wasn't just, here's a random short story, here's another random short story, and there's another, you know? I like that it all kind of connected. That I really enjoyed, because Marvel, with these type of stories or series, they tend not to do that. They tend to, again, do the short story route. Thing I didn't like, honestly, was the motive. You know, it's about this building being sold and inviting all these people. And it's like, oh, well, we'll invite all these people. I don't think that truly solves the problem, though. The problem is that the building's not making enough money. So I guess there's, you know, the businesses aren't making enough money. The building's not making enough money. So one day to have a holiday party where no one's spending money, it doesn't really solve the problem that they're having. Yeah, it shows the building's popular for the one day and the one party, but a week later, they're still going to have the same problem. So, I understood why they did it, but at the same time, I was just thinking about that the whole time. I'm like, this is not actually solving any problems. So, yeah, I had some nitpicks towards the She-Hulk series. And I will add that I read the whole She-Hulk series from Soul. I thought it was okay. I think it started out really well, and then I didn't really like the ending. But if you are a She-Hulk fan, or at least a She-Hulk fan of Souls Run, because I am a She-Hulk fan, I think this is a present for you, because you're getting a continuation of that series that did end a couple of months ago, so, or maybe even longer than that. So I think that was a good present for you guys, and I wish they advertised it that way. Moving on to the next story, which is Miss Marvel. And I thought it was really well done that they connect Miss Marvel to, always wanting to celebrate Christmas, but was a Grinch about it because her family celebrated the holidays in a different way. And that's kind of the story, and then they end up going to Jen's party. She exchanges presents with Captain Marvel, and that's what happens. And they're like, and Kamala comes up with the revelations like, alright, it's actually okay that my family's different. I will say I didn't really like the artwork for the story, though. I thought it was kind of plain. I want to show you an example. Like, there's some scenes where they didn't even have eyes. I mean, they were just kind of little lines. So I thought the coloring was really well done, but the inking could have been better. There just could have been more boldness. That way, on this page here, that way I just felt like there could have been more outlining on the face. So that is kind of a complaint I had. But I do like that it was very similar to the actual series, like the font and the lettering. So I like that portion. Next story is we have more She-Hulk. Next story was one of my favorites, which was the Hawkeye vs. Deadpool Holidays, where and the artwork is the same as the Hawkeye vs. Deadpool miniseries, which I love. I wish that was an ongoing instead of the Spider-Man Deadpool. I wish this was an ongoing. Because they have such good chemistry. But we see Deadpool and Hawkeyes are trying to figure out, they find this pickpocketer and trying to figure out where they could give everyone their wallets back. And then we have Kate and Clint, they're going to go to Jen's party, and Deadpool's not invited, and they're like, alright, we don't have to go to the party, we'll hang out with you. And there's a funny scene in the She-Hulk portion where they actually try to go in, and She-Hulk stops them. So I thought that was funny. So I had a really fun time with the Deadpool and Hawkeye story. Again, if you like that miniseries, I think you'll have a treat with that, and I really like that miniseries, so this was a lot of fun. And the chemistry between Kate and Deadpool especially is just so much fun, and was a good build-up in the miniseries. I recommend the Hawkeye vs. Deadpool miniseries if you haven't read it yet. Alright, so now lastly, our last story is the namesake of this book, which is Gwenpool. And again, she was not in the story that much, and you have to wait all the way to the end of the issue to get her story. But what happens is that she, it's the holidays, she's a merc for hire, and she has to learn how to sword fight. So she looks on YouTube, alright, how do I sword fight? And she's able to defeat this big swordsman, and that's pretty much it. And she's also somehow invited to Jen's party from Howard the Duck, and she's fangirling over Miss Marvel, and that was a lot of fun. So I like the Gwenpool story a lot. I thought it was fun, but not worth the namesake and being trolled. But yeah, I actually really like the artwork. It's very similar if you've ever read like the Power Pack miniseries stuff. Very similar to that style. Also, if you read the Valentine's Day special with the Iron Fist and Misty story, it's similar to that art style. Really like it. I thought the action looked great throughout, like over here. So comedy was really well done. So good story. Just kind of wish there was more of it. And I know you could read Howard the Duck to see more of a secondary story with that. But I'm a big Howard the Duck fan, so I don't know if I'm gonna read that. But maybe in the future, like when it's on Marvel Unlimited, I'll get to it. But yeah, overall, I think there's some good stories here. Like I said, I like the Gwenpool story. I liked the Hawkeye versus Deadpool story, but I do think that they could have advertised this a bit better. There are some stories that really need improvement on the artwork, like the She-Hulk story and the Miss Marvel story. So overall, I'm going to give this 3 stars. I say it's up to you guys. If you're a big She-Hulk fan, go get it, but don't expect this whole issue to be about Gwenpool. So I hope you guys enjoyed my kind of in-depth look at that issue. So this is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there's links from my comic book, like Father Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father Like Daughter. And I'll see you guys later.